everyone, I'm back and I have recorded my first Friday sews since before the summer. I think it's a good 3 months since I've managed to do one of these. So I'm going to catch you up with what I've been sewing recently and what I was up to this week, and hopefully I will fill you in on what I'm doing next week. So first of all, I am wearing my first ever Agnes top by Tilly and the Buttons. This is just a fabric I had in my stash. I didn't have enough for the long sleeves, and yeah, I'm really happy. I think when I do my next one I might do a little bit extra room at the bust because there's a slight pulling. I did do a size 5, which is my regular with Tilly, but obviously the Agnes is quite a fitted pattern, so I think I would probably just have a little bit more room in the chest area, and then I would love it. I have already washed a couple of fabrics to make my next ones, and I'm sure this will come as no surprise to you that the fabric I have chosen is blues. This one is like a navy blue, and then this one here is more like a petrol blue, but I have enough fabric in these two to do the longer sleeve, so hopefully I'll get a couple of Agnes's sewn up in the next week or so. So I showed you my pyjama set, which obviously I finished making all 3 of those eventually, and then I recently made a Stella hoodie in this really rather fabulous French terry from Flamingo Fabrics. And as always, I will link details to anything I talk about in my description. I made this for Halloween, as you can probably tell. I will hopefully put some photos, but I cropped the original length of the Stella and made it so that hopefully you can see it stops sort of around my hip, top hip area. And I wore this quite a lot over the half term because that here in the UK, or my half term at least, led up to Halloween on Sunday. And then I also wore it on Sunday to answer the door to all our neighbourhood children doing trick or treat. I did a rather fab, and obviously not everybody will like this, but the fabric I did for the lining of the hood is this, and it is called Bloody Hands, which hopefully you can see, which I thought was pretty awesome for the hood. I did make a headband for matching headband because I had some fabric left over, and I definitely think I'll make some more of those because they were really easy, just following a YouTube tutorial by the Crafty Gemini. And again, I will link that in case you're interested in these sort of turban style headbands down in the description for you. I popped in 2 labels which I was kindly gifted by Amy from So Affordable Fabrics because I'm one of her official product testers. I put this boo in the collar there, and then I also had the Trick or Treat with the pumpkin, which, where is it? I was thinking, I think I showed you on one of my previous videos, I was thinking of putting in the side seam, but actually I put it in the bottom along the hem. So you can just see hopefully the label there, and you may be able to see that I need to redo it because rookie error, I didn't backstitch at the beginning and end. So because I've worn it quite a lot, it's come a little bit undone. But yeah, that was a really lovely make, and because I've made the hoodie before, I had the pieces traced out already, and like I say, I just chopped off a couple of inches to make it slightly more cropped. I didn't bother with the front kangaroo pocket, and I absolutely love it. It's really comfy, and I think that's gonna be a staple over the next few months because it's really chilly. So that was the last thing that I made. If you've been following me, you will know that I am working on my Eden jacket by Tilly and the Buttons as well. I had my sewing lesson this Tuesday at Make, and it's hopefully you'll be able to see it is really starting to come along and look like a jacket. I'm hoping you'll be able to see. I have obviously attached my hood, and yeah, I'm really happy with how that looks. I have both pockets on Now, let me see, can you see? Yeah, both pockets on. I have inserted the zip. Now, you may not know of how the Eden coat is constructed, but it is meant to be lined. So this zip and the inside of it would be attached to the lining, so you wouldn't see any raw edges. So what I am going to do, now that I've put the zip on, I'm going to put this animal binding that I've done on the inside raw seams down the edge of my zip as well. Then I am going to fold it to the inside, and I'm just gonna top stitch down all the way. So that will be neat on the outside, and it will be nicely finished with bias binding on the inside. Now, the other side of the Eden jacket, you'll think, oh no, she's missed out the zip. No, see? It goes on this facing. Now, this facing also is meant to be sewn onto the lining, and then when you attach the lining, it all comes nicely together. So I have to attach, see if I can get this right, and I need to sew the front of my coat to my lining, or my facing to the front of my coat. And then when it's attached, I will be able to turn that to the inside of the coat. And then this zip I will turn under and be top stitched. And then I'm going to probably use Bonder web to make sure that stays flat against the inside of my coat. But yeah, it's coming on really, really well. It shouldn't take me too long to get these last bits done. I'm going to, where I've attached the hood to the lining, that is all going to have that bias binding to neaten those edges. And I did do the little hanging tab. So once that's nicely finished, I'll be able to hang my coat up. And yeah, the Eden coat's coming on nicely. So obviously zip just needs to be finished off. Various bias bindings to neaten up. I also have a facing for the bottom edge. So I haven't got that here with me, sorry, that's in my sewing bag. So I have got a facing for all around the bottom of the coat. So I will need to also sew that on and turn that up. That will also be finished inside with some bias binding. But it's not a huge amount of steps. As you can see, the majority of the coat is put together. So I will just show you, let me pop that down, how it's starting to look. And I'm really excited. So as I say, there'll be a facing here and the zip will then do up, then the flap will go over the front, and I have some studs, some poppers that I'm going to put all the way down, and they will then hold my coat in place. So yeah, I'm very excited with my progress, and I have another 3-hour sewing session next Tuesday. So I would like to think that I will get it finished then. So stay tuned to see how I get on. And lastly for you today, I just wanted to mention a new product that I ordered and received this week from Ethel and Joan. And they usually do buttons, the most gorgeous buttons. If you haven't checked her out, please do. She is on Instagram and she has her shop full of these gorgeous resin buttons that she makes. She also makes, I think, belt buckles as well. Really fabulous. And she recently released these magnetic pin, don't know what they're called, magnetic pin things. I'll look up what they're actually called and pop it on the screen. Obviously I had to go with blue, but look, how cool is that? She does do other colours, but I absolutely love that. So that is probably going to be sitting next to my sewing machine for all those dropped pins as I'm sewing along. So as I say, I'll pop Ethel and Joan's details in the description below. I will hopefully do another Friday sews next week, so you'll be able to see progress on whether I got the Agnes's made and how far I have got with my Eden jacket. But until then, I shall sign off. Thank you again for always sticking with me. I know I'm not very consistent with my videos. I think that's just family life, to be honest, but I will bring videos as and when I can, hopefully more regularly on the Friday sews again for you, because I really enjoy just doing this little chat with you all, and I love your comments, so please do comment on anything that you'd like. Give us a thumbs up, and if you haven't yet subscribed, I would love it if you could. I will see you in my next video.